If you ask someone what their favorite gaming franchise is, many will likely respond with The Legend of Zelda. Myself included. This series has played a role in the lives of millions, and The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker is a title many hold dear to their hearts. Even though Wind Waker is over 20 years old, it has aged beautifully and is one of the most influential entries in the entire series. With its gorgeous cel-shaded environments, goofy characters, and the divergence from the traditional Zelda formula. However, as a lot of you know, although the game was critically acclaimed for the time, there was an abundance of discord about the cartoony art style they went with. Many believed that with the power of the GameCube, they would get a realistic 3D Zelda. And it doesn't help that Nintendo decided to show what looked like to be a sneak peek into the future of Zelda at Space World 2000. And Wind Waker, as you know, is definitely not a realistic 3D Zelda. Many fans at the time were disappointed with Nintendo for catering to the younger fans. Many were not happy with the art style, and the sales really suffered because of it. And later, those same fans' demands were satisfied with the release of Twilight Princess. However, Wind Waker turned out to be the game that influenced the art styles of later Zelda entries like Skyward Sword and the amazing Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, with their cel-shaded art styles. Wind Waker took a big risk with its artistic direction. Even Shigeru Miyamoto, one of the series' original creators, hated the art style and later stated in an interview that he cringed when he first saw it. However, this risk influenced Zelda's future look a lot more than any Zelda entry after it. Public opinion of Wind Waker's art style has done a full 180, now everyone calls it daring, or ahead of its time. And the HD version elevates this even more and shows how timeless this art style really is. Even outside of the Legend of Zelda series, Wind Waker has influenced how video games have looked for decades. Notably with games like Okami, which is finally getting a sequel. Holy crap, I never expected that. Sorry, back to Zelda. Wind Waker was also the first real open world Zelda game. Although it starts pretty linear, it eventually becomes a sprawling open world with a lot of side quests and islands to explore. Exploring this world for the first time is pure magic at work. There are so many extra items that I didn't even get when I played. It encourages exploration like the later open air games did. With the later HD remake/remaster, exploring this beautiful world was made so much easier with the red sail. Gosh, I love that beautiful red sail. It was like a return to form for the original idea of Zelda, breaking free from the linear design to give you a massive world to explore and fall in love with. Its open world combined with its atmosphere radiates a whimsical, childlike adventure that is just a pure joy to experience. Series producer Eiji Aonuma later stated that his son's birth influenced his creative decisions for Wind Waker. Although obviously it's clearly not designed only for kids, it's designed for everyone and anyone to enjoy. Wind Waker's world is captivating and heartwarming. Every location, every NPC, and everywhere in this game is just playful and fun, and I get to enjoy my favorite activity: bullying small children. Wind Waker's world feels alive, whether you're on Windfall Island, Dragon Roost Island, or Outset Island. It feels lived in, even though the islands are so relatively small, which some later open world games can't even come close to replicating today. It's also really goofy, which is something I always appreciate in video games because I play games to have fun, and serious stories, they sure do have their place, but I love when games just let go of that and allow me to just be sucked into an entertaining world. And the characters just elevate that even more. In pretty much all Zelda titles, Link is a very serious character, but in Wind Waker, he's just a goofy little guy. This is the most expressive Link has ever been and honestly may ever be, and it plays up the atmosphere so well. Although this Link, in my opinion, is one of the best, not only because of how funny he is and his absurd facial expressions, but because he isn't a chosen hero. Unlike previous Links that were chosen by the gods of the Zelda world, Wind Waker Link had to prove himself to be the hero reborn to the gods. Just the day before, he was a normal kid, chilling, sleeping, not wanting to wake up in the morning. I get that. And now he's fighting a grand evil that's been reawakened, all to save his little sister. I think this also makes him one of the most courageous Links out of all the Zelda games. He selflessly dives into the face of danger just for the sake of others. He didn't even really want to be the hero. He was scared to leave his home. However, he stepped up when the time called for it. Not even just Link. Zelda, well Tetra, is such a good diversion from what Zelda is normally like. It's like in Ocarina of Time, as Zelda was chic the entire game. They changed her whole entire personality, and honestly Tetra is one of the best iterations of Zelda. She's bold, she schemes, she's a freaking pirate. I mean, she's really cool in this game. But I can't neglect talking about Ganondorf. Wind Waker defined Ganondorf as a character and gave him some motives that weren't just maniacally evil. I think it's really cool that Wind Waker Ganon is the exact same Ganon you fought in Ocarina of Time. Now, he's still evil, but his motivations aren't exactly evil if it wasn't Ganon wanting these things. Moving forward, this laid the basis for Ganon and is a fan favorite iteration of him. Now, as much as I love this game, I can't say it doesn't have its flaws. It can be very handholdy at times, it's really easy at times too. Some dungeons just are not the best, and the Triforce quest is... I mean, at least the remaster is better than the GameCube version, but dang, it does bog down the pacing a lot. Having to go to and from, collecting maps, getting my maps deciphered for way too much freaking rupees, going to get the Triforce pieces, and some are just so monotonous to get. However, it doesn't take away from the fact that Wind Waker is such a stellar game. It has influenced more than just Zelda. We owe so much to Wind Waker for the future of Zelda, laying many of the foundations of the series today. It holds a special place in the hearts of many fans and in my own. Also, the game has Tingle, a true 10 out of 10 masterpiece. Alright, thank you, bye bye.